Assalamu alaikum. This is Inspiring Syed Masroor. I will discuss an important topic today about the organizational culture, work culture. A work culture is a blend of the attitudes, behaviors, values, mission, goal, and practices, policies of the organization. Work culture is very important because this is the centrifugal force in any company, any organization, and the entire business, the work of the people, their movement, their progress, their growth, it revolves around the work culture. I have worked in different organizations in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, Malaysia, in different industry, different sectors. And I have an experience of more than 3 decades. I experienced different cultures. I worked with different managers with different social background, professional background. They belong to different countries. Why I am making this video? Because I wanted to share my experience. And I would like to share why a non-progressive work culture is emerging. What are the reasons? What are the causes? And why it is important? Because if the management, the boards, the senior managers, they don't take care of the culture, they don't take care of the people, they don't take care of the practices, policies, and the management styles inside the organization. They are there and they are responsible to create a non-progressive, non-performing work culture. I have come across 10 to 12 reasons which have been noticed when I was working with different organizations, and I thought that I should share with my audience, with the people, with the professionals, so that they could take care of these issues and these problems. If you as a manager and responsible person in the organization, a board member, a senior executive, does not bother about the issues and the problems inside the organizations, you are not doing good to the people, to the organization, to the stakeholders. What are the reasons? Reason number one is self-obsessed managers. In my career, in the past, in the recent past, I have seen the managers, the senior executives who are highly self-obsessed. They have fallen in self-love. They are so much self-centered that they do not care about the people around them, what actions they are taking, and what will be the implications of their actions and their decisions. They are least bothered. They talk so much, but practically they are doing so much bad to the organizations. They do not listen to anybody. They have their own mindset. They become so defensive. They become so self-centered that they are not listening to any logic, any rationale. It is how they are making their people frustrated, negative, and the people, their performance is affected, their mental and physical health is affected very badly, and they are responsible to create a very non-progressive and negative work culture in the organization. Reason number two, weak leaders. I think there is only one form of leadership, those who are good and they are taking care of their people. They are thinking of the growth and welfare of their people. If there is a leader who is weak, he should not be called a leader. She should not be called a leader. Such people, such managers in the organizations, if they are very weak and they have been taken over by their vested interest, their self-interest, their financial interest, they will not be thinking of anything else. Their attention, their action, their decisions, those will revolve around their own interests. Such people, if they are left to be there in the organizations, they will do increased damage to the culture, to the people, to the values, to the policies, to the management, and to the overall growth of the organization. Reason number three, lack of internal equity. I have noticed that the organizations which do not grow and such organizations remain average. And I have seen some examples where the companies, they have been shut down due to such gross internal equity in terms of benefits, in terms of growth, in terms of promotion, in terms of everything, whether it is training, it is incentive, it is a benefit, it is a financial or non-financial benefit. The internal equity is very badly missing. The managers and the leaders, so-called leaders, they think that they are taking care of internal equity. In reality, they are not. So they are making the people frustrated. Those who are good professionals and those who believe in strong professional and ethical norms and values, they become frustrated. And a time comes when they decide to leave. They decide to part ways because they understand that their mental health is very important and their professional respect and esteem is very important. Reason number four, selective offering of benefits to the people who are favored. Though here comes the point of person like and dislike. I have seen such organizations where managers, they keep things in their own hands and they are offering the benefits short term or long term in view of their own nature of relationship with the employees. And this is going to be very fatal for any organization, for any work culture. And such organizations never grow, they remain average. Faulty and defective supervisory role. Why defective? Because in some organizations, I have seen that there are people on very temporary positions. They have a temporary role in the organization for which they have been hired, but they either presume that they are there to authorize, to supervise those people who are the real position holders in the organization. Such people holding temporary positions in the organization, they really make a great damage to the organizations, to the people, to their morale, to their motivation. And if such position holders who are having a permanent role in their respective functions, in their respective departments, they feel very bad. They think that they are being supervised by those who are not there to supervise them, who are not supposed to do so. So this is going to become a point of great demotivation. And such professionals holding the permanent positions, they ultimately decide either to remain silent, or they go into a state of quiet quitting, or they decide to leave. Number 6, HR is not given its due oversight or advisory role. In non-progressive work culture, HR is considered just an operational department, unit, or a function. HR is not given any due oversight and advisory or supervisory authority by the management and by the managers who are already there. The culture has been developed and it has become so mature that they don't allow anybody making any change, making any crack inside the already set culture. When HR is not given its due role, whereby it becomes responsible and accountable to oversight the overall compliance and implementation of the policies and the processes, then the people working in HR, they go into silos, and the person who is leading the HR function, people and culture function, such person is either going to stay silent for the sake of maintaining the job, or he or she will decide to leave. Because if the person is professional, if the person is strongly believing in the professionalism, overall oversight, and due strategic role of the HR into the organization, he or she will not stay, or he or she will stay but for a very short period of time, and this is really fatal for the organization and its work culture. Number 7, weak or self-directed practices, policies, and processes. I have seen organizations where the work culture is non-progressive. Their policies are age-old. They don't believe in modern management practices. They talk too much about the management, about the best practices, about the change management, about bringing newness, freshness inside the organization. But they are doing this process with the same old people who are sitting inside the organization for many years. Such people, they have their set mindset, and the management or the people at the helm, they expect that these people will bring about the change. But getting out of the comfort zone and breaking the traditional barriers, it is really not possible for such people, and they remain stuck to their own age-old practices, and they don't want anybody to bring about a change. If anybody is trying, he or she has been hired and brought from outside the organization to make a change, he or she is not allowed, and this is really very bad. Such organizations, such management, they are playing with the career of the people who are new into the organization. At the same time, they are doing bad to the organization, to the people, and to the stakeholders, and the money which is involved. Number 8, weak onboarding process. Onboarding is very critical, very important. I have seen that the non-progressive work culture, they have very weak onboarding. They think, the management think, the HR thinks that the onboarding process is in place, but it's very weak. It is just a lip service. And the new hires, the new people, they feel very bad. And if they are not involved, they are not engaged, and they are not being taken care of, they are mentally not relaxed, they are psychologically not comfortable, ultimately they will be thinking of leaving the organization very soon. And I have seen it happening in the organizations, in the companies. Number 9, absence of autonomy and independence. Micromanagement. The senior managers hired by the organizations, they are not given their due autonomy and independence in making their own decisions. Such people are supervised or overseen by so many managers inside the organization. I have seen an organization where everybody is an HR manager, and they are running their own mini organizations inside the bigger organizations. Such people, such work culture are really negative, non-progressive. Such organizations, they are playing with the career of the people. They are bringing in the people, but they don't give them the due autonomy and independence. Ultimately, the managers, the professionals, they decide to leave, or they stay there and they go into a state of quiet quitting. Number 10, people in such organizations, they go into silos because they are protecting their own skin. They are protecting their job. And to protect their job, they are just running around. There is no concept of teamwork. The management, they think that there is a great teamwork. People are working together. They are involved into so many things, but mentally and psychologically, they are not together. And any change, any process, any management style which is being introduced, it is really not workable, and the results will be very dismal or very minimal. 11, lack of empathy, lack of compassion, lack of kindness. When you don't think of the people, when you are not really kind to them, when there is a lack of empathy inside the organization, such work cultures are really non-progressive. The people are treated so badly. In the meetings, in the individual meetings, the feedback being provided is really not very constructive, and the overall work culture is so negative that the new hires or the people already working, they are under pressure, and they are trying to protect their job at any point in time. Number 12, inconsistent design and implementation of policies. I have seen organizations where their operations are in different regions, in different countries. Such organizations, they have designed policies and processes and practices. For the HQ, it is different. For the other countries, it is different. And there is no consistency. When this kind of culture is in place, the overall environment becomes very negative. People feel it very badly. When they come to know of the reality, they try to raise their voice, but no one is there to listen to them. Ultimately, what happens that the people who are talented, who are professional, they are just looking for an opportunity to leave at any point. Whenever they get an opportunity, they decide to leave. It is a timely loss to such individuals, to such professionals, because they go through a rigorous process of being hired by any other organizations because they have already lost their jobs and the new employer is unable to take care of them. But the organization itself, where such culture is prevailing, it is not good for them. They will remain average, they will never grow, and their growth will become questionable at any point in time. I made this video for the managers, for the boards, for the senior executives that they should take note of such reasons, such issues, such problems inside their organization. These are very strong pitfalls, irritants, and obstacles, and which will never let the organization grow, which will never let the people grow. And if there is not a consistent and parallel growth of the people and of the organization, it is not a very progressive and productive work culture which is prevailing in the companies, in the organization. I hope that the managers and the boards and the senior executives, they will watch this video, they will listen to my ideas, because this is what I have seen over a period of 3 decades in different companies and different organizations across different regions and countries. I wish you all the best. If you have any question, you can ask me and I will get back to you with my responses. Take care of yourself, and I strongly request, I humbly request to the management of such organizations to take care of their people. Don't play with the career of the people. Don't play with their lives. Don't play with their mental and physical health. You are obliged to take care of the people when they come inside. I wish you all the best. Take care. Allah Hafiz.